Hey everybody, Vance Williams here out of Seattle, and I've actually got Victor here with me out of Australia. Hi, Victor.
Hey
Uh,
Vance, how you going, mate?
right on, right on. I'm basically out here out of the Seattle area. I'm actually a little west of that on the peninsula, and I do the shows every morning. I thought, hey, you know what? Let's turn the video on. Especially with Victor now joining me, it's just going to be a lot more fun. But what we're going to talk about, of course, is Forex trading, and we've got some great stuff to share with you. The first thing I want to do is just talk a little bit about Victor. We met many months back. He'd been trading for a while, and he got involved in my training program. He went through, did all the work, went through the levels, and then a while back began trading a live account in level 4. So I wanted to bring Victor on today and have him just talk a little bit about that experience. So Victor, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Vance. Look, guys, it's 1 in the morning here, so obviously this is not my best face, but hey, I'm a Forex trader, and if you're in Australia, this is the time you're up if you really want to watch the markets. But Vance, I don't want to sidetrack you, but I haven't seen that picture before, mate. What's that?
Oh,
That's nice. I like that.
okay. That is a very special picture. I'll tell you what. Let's see if any of our viewers out there. Now, Sarah, you're excluded from this. I know you're watching. You can't help anybody out on this. You have a very special skill that gives you insight into this. But if there any of our viewers can tell me a couple of special things about the man who painted that picture, I'll give you a free month of training. And so next time we come on the show, well, not next time, not tomorrow, but maybe next Tuesday, I'll talk about who that man is and what that picture is. But anyway,
Uh,
I'll tell you about it later, Victor, okay?
I have no idea, so I don't get that free month, so bummer. Look, yeah, just quickly, I could talk about my trading for hours, but I don't want to bore everyone. Look, I've been trading for about 3.5 years, and I started with Vance's program in October last year, and I'll admit it, I wasn't consistently profitable. I was consistently losing. I'd been through about 4 other programs and always read a lot of forums and everything else like this. And look,
I can tell you read a lot from looking behind your there.
that's just a mess. I apologize for that as well. I just throw stuff up there. But look,
One of those
I can say now, sorry, Vance, you're right.
good, good.
Yeah, look, um, after coming across Vance stuff, I read all the stuff online. I'd watched a couple of his videos, and he was really coming at it from a unique perspective. And once I entered level 1, I really understood how different Vance's program was. It was all about what I was doing and about me following the rules and not me watching someone else and trying to piggyback on someone else. And that was the biggest difference I saw. And looking back on it now, I'm so happy that I did Vance's program and where I am now, live trading in level 4. I just wish I could have done it when I was starting out from in Forex, but I guess that's the biggest difference, Vance. I mean, I was watching your live sessions and everything else like that, and I just couldn't believe like how well you predicted price and what you were seeing that I wasn't seeing. And now the flip side, when I'm in level 4, seeing what I do see now, I'm incredibly happy, mate. I'm incredibly happy.
Yeah.
As I said, I could talk about this for hours, but I won't.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll have you back to talk maybe a little bit about how you overcame some of the psychology next time.
Yeah, yeah. Look, there's lots of tangents I could go on.
Hey, what we'll do is we'll have a little segment. Well, okay, Victor's going to talk about his experience. This time you can talk about, things that you learned. So we'll do that.
Yeah, and if anyone's got questions and that, people who are in the program, people who are thinking, they're looking at this and thinking about it, yeah, look, please just fire them away. Get in contact with us. Get in contact with me if you can. Yeah, I'm pretty open, pretty
Awesome,
honest too.
awesome. And yeah, one of the things you guys can do. Let me go back to me. That was awesome. Congratulations, Victor, on what's happening for you. I just
Oh, look, yeah,
love it.
yeah, I feel blessed and I'm very humble about it too. So thanks, Vance.
Man, it's just awesome. Uh, one of the things there's so many ways to contact us. You can add us to free Skype from anywhere in the world. Obviously, my handle is Forex Art of War. I can connect you with Victor. Victor's working with me now, obviously. But you know, on my website, forexartofwar.com, you guys can find us. You can hit contact Vance at forexartofwar.com. How's that? I mean, it's not hard to find us. Okay, if you want to find us, you will find us. On the bottom right, there's a place to type us a question. You know, so you know, there's really not an excuse for not finding us. Okay, so real quickly before we move on to something else, I just want to bring up I want to tell you about something. We closed the school down, the training program, for about 4 to 6 weeks at a time. The only reason for that is just because we get too busy, and we want to make sure we focus our energy on the people here. And sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20. Tomorrow we're opening up to 10 new members. We already have a couple of people, maybe 2 or 3, said, yeah, I definitely want one when you open up tomorrow. So there's 7 spots left, and all you've got to do, you got to talk to me or Victor first, because we want to make sure that, I mean, you can know nothing about Forex, but we just still want to make sure and have a little talk with you before we get started. It's really affordable. There's no risk. There's no contract. It's straightforward. Either you love it or you get your money back. But to register, click on this free consultation right here, forexartofwar.com, and click on free consultation. Or you can just email me, Vance at forexartofwar.com. But when you do fill out that free consultation, you'll earn some bonus points by giving me some good information, you know, or giving me and Victor some good information. But I will definitely, even if you don't get involved in the training, you're going to get my book, Seize the High Ground, which has never been available to the public. It's only for level 2 members, but we're putting it out there as a gift to you guys. It's all about the logic. It'll show you where the market is most vulnerable to you taking profits. So it's pretty powerful that way. While you're waiting to talk to me, you'll get that book. And then when we talk, you're not obligated to sign up for the training. I do this as a service. I find out what your trading experience is, and then take, you know, maybe half hour, 45 minutes. Once I know where you're at, I'll tell you what you're going to need to do to go from there. I'll tell you everything you need to do, whether you get involved in training or not. That's just something I like to do. Anyway, so that's, I think you got enough. We'll come back to that at the end of the call, but that's at forexartofwar.com, and click on a little picture of what I used to look like down there. All right, let's see where we at now. I want to go back to Victor for just a moment. You guys are going to be amazed at, you know, what comes out of Victor. He's really, really good at this now. Victor, I'd like you to. One of the things that we do in level 4 of our program, as you know, is once a person's done the basics, they've learned the logic, they've traded their trading plan, they're making consistent profit, they move into a live trading account, and then what we do now is we try to give them an even bigger edge, right? And one of the ways that we can do that is with all of our experience, my 10 years, your 3, and all of that reading that you do. And say, you know what, the market's likely to go down today. That's the sentiment. So when we look for our setups, we're feeling really strong about it going down, taking a sell trade versus buy. And also, and by the way, that's just level 4 stuff. And then also we have some long-term sentiment stuff that emerged recently, which you can touch on too. So Victor, talk just a little bit about what you've been seeing with the pound and the euro with respect to fundamental sentiment.
Yeah, no, thanks, Vance. And what is sort of, I don't want to say the word exciting because it's sort of pretty sad to be getting excited about this, but I'm pretty passionate about what I do, and I love Forex trading. And we're just starting to see, I think, the emerging of a long-term trend, an uptrend in the pound US dollar anyway. What's the signs that are showing me? We've got problem in Iraq, problem in Ukraine, the kerfuffle about what's happening in the US. And normally when these sort of wars turn up, there's a big flight to the safe haven currency of the US dollar. And we're looking, say you look at the euro dollar at the moment, it's still holding above 135. They dropped rates to almost to negative deposit rates, in fact, and price just could not plunge below 135. This is showing to me that the US dollar is starting to lose its safe haven status slowly, and a lot of traders I think are seeing that, and there could be a very high probability that there's a chance of long-term trends going. We're looking at the pound at the moment, which is doing something very differently. It's trying to break through the 170. We've got FMOC coming up later on, well, today, my time anyway, and it probably might see the currency pushed down a little bit, so some buyers can get it at a much better price. But if it breaks up past that 170 and really holds above there, it's going to be happy days. Especially the way, well, Vance, the way you've taught me how to trade and how you're teaching the other traders and watching them and trying to show them these skills of how to trade logic. It's going to be very, very happy days, I think, because we'll actually see this long-term trend, which we haven't had, especially on the pound for 5 years. It's been ranging. Seeing that come out and just taking really good setups, really strong setups, and holding them for longer, I think we're going to make a lot of money that way.
There's definitely a lot of potential. Let me see if I can go back to me here. Hi, everybody. Thank you for that, Victor. Very insightful. You know, I think what jumped out at me is if we've got a long-term trend, which, like you said, we haven't had for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, basically, if you're trying to trade a long-term trend and there isn't one, and you add to the and protect your stock, you just keep getting stopped out at zero gain. That's what ends up happening. Or you make a little bit, which you could have made by just going for 1-to-1 in the first place, right? So,
sure.
But if we've got this long-term trend emerging, and we know that the pressure's to the top side, like right now it's correcting down, and it's only corrected 38.2 of this recent move. If it fully corrects, they're charging up for another push. Now, when we get our setup to the upside, that's when we could actually hold positions. And so we want to take our setup to the upside, but it does create the extra opportunity to hold those positions going up. Now, likewise, you use that same information. You don't try to hold positions going down, right? So great analysis, Victor. You know, we know we've got the central banks trying to control price, and since we know what they're doing, that's an advantage in and of itself. So this type of conversation, if you're brand new, this might seem like, wow, that's a lot of information. This is for live money traders, what we're talking about here. So you know, you work your way up to that level of understanding of the basics, logic, trading plan, execution, and then you're ready for this. Okay, let's see what's on the docket next. So I'm gonna switch over to a chart, and I'm just gonna show you a little bit of analysis. I know Victor was trading up and down in this morning. I thought you were pretty aggressive during that data release, Victor.
Yeah, well, I miss it. Like, and that's the beauty of this program too, is that you become incredibly honest with yourself. I mean, you're honest and you're posting all your trades so that people can help you and assist you. But you're becoming very honest with yourself, and that's one of the huge advantages of becoming a good trader, I think, is self-honesty. And yeah, I took a loss on the going along. I thought, oh, I might get a chance to get a bounce, and I missed by 2 pips on my target, but I caught the next trade going straight back down. So yeah, I was pretty aggressive, but that's the way I've evolved to trade how I see the market now, which is all thanks to you, Vance.
Oh well, and of course to you, Victor. Yeah, but you know that brings to mind is one of the things that we do is, and Victor kind of touched on this. We're not teaching you to trade like me. We're finding out what you do well, and we're helping you to shape your own style, and that's so important. But Victor, actually, what he didn't tell you is he bent his rule just a little bit and didn't get out at the target he usually does. Otherwise, he'd have won going up. But when you're trading during volatile activity, you know, sometimes there's some issues with even getting the price that you want. But anyway, when price came down here, pulled back, Victor got in again and took a profit there. So, you know, great job, great execution this morning. And let's see. So the pound right now it had this volatility. It's made this move to the bottom. It's all exhausted, meaning it's pushed, it's tried again. There's just doesn't appear to be a lot of gas here to the downside. Now we've got, as Victor mentioned, we've got FOMC coming up in, what is that, about 3 hours? 2 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes. Central bank policy is push them down. Okay, so if there's a surprise, it'll probably be to the downside. Now know this, that's a 90% probability. If it does move, if there is a surprise, it'll move down. But that also leaves you open to 10% of a reverse surprise. So you never. This is why you always you have to manage your risk, because we're never going to win 100% of the time, and you can never bet big on one particular moment, because each moment is a random event in time, and that's something that we also talk a lot about in our program. So you just got to know that. So in other words, don't bet the farm on anything anybody says. You need to do it right. And by the way, another thing I like to tell people is, and I probably should put my face back on, but I like to tell people is if it doesn't make sense what you're doing, total sense, just like when you start your car and close the door, if it doesn't make that much sense, you don't know what you're doing. Okay, because everything should make sense. All right, so the pound right now, what we're looking for, if we zoom out a little bit, I'm kind of watching for, maybe this corrects a little bit more, but whatever, or maybe they consolidate enough and they're going to make another run here. I'm looking for a new trend. If it breaks down here with enough room, we'll trade it down, but we're not going to hold anything, right? Moving over to the euro. The euro, has been stuck in this range. What is it, the 18th? So since the 13th, actually since before that, we'll go back all the way to, all the way to the left side of my chart. 8 days. Can I zoom out more? Okay, so it's been in this range since the 10th, so 8 days, and so it's tried to break out of this level. Victor will tell you I had this yellow line on there before price even got there. In fact, that very price at 135.79, and if you look at that candle body close, is 135.77.4. I was off by 0.5 of a pip.
Well, we talked about that on the live session, that the traders who are in the program can attend, each day, Mondays through Thursdays, and we talked that's what you put on there at that time, so you can just see the reaction off that right now.
Yeah, and we're talking about the specific price. I'm not talking about 135.50-ish. I'm talking about 135.77, and there's a reason why we can do that. We know how to gauge where those dividing lines are. But when it was coming into this level, we did on our live trading room, we did actually take a close look at this, and what it amounted to was some small wave movement. And I wrote small waves. This is a small wave. This is like 10 pips. This is like 10 pips. It's not big enough. The range of noise in Forex is about 15 to 20 pips. That means just anything can move it up and down at any moment. But you start to show an advantage for the buyers or sellers, and it's stronger than 20 pips, and it hasn't pulled back. That's what we're looking for. And again, people, even though I tell them all the time, they still ask me, they still don't understand. We do not trade candle patterns, chart patterns. We don't use indicators to trade with. There's two moving averages we use, but they're not really a major part of our trading. We don't use any of that. What we're trading is repetitive human behavior. Candles, chart patterns, whatever, indicators, they're all symbols of human behavior. And what we want to teach you to do is see the actual human behavior so you can be basing your decisions on the best information, because if you're inexperienced, probably about 15 to 20% right out of the gate, you're not going to know what's going on. You've never seen this before, you've never swant that before. So in order to get you at 70% or higher, we really need to stack the odds in your favor, and in such a way that you're getting a frequency of trades. You want to sit around and trade once a month. That's going to take 20 years to learn how to trade. Right? So that's kind of just not enough movement. So there was really nothing there. The Australian dollar this morning, we just saw it stuck in this range. It's still stuck in this little range. It needs to, I'll put a little price on there for you. It needs to move above here, above 93.44, stretch out, and boom, you got a trade. Or, pretty obvious on the bottom, right there, 93.29, move below there, you got a potential trade. Kiwi, let's pop over to that real quick. Kind of the same idea. I put a price on here, 86.73. It's been stopping. Let's check how close I was. 86.73, 86.74. I was off by a pip. So that's the key level right there. That's the contention level. So to get a buyer advantage, they've got to push above that. As far as a seller, probably I'll use a little technique here. We're probably looking, I think you'll find out, go ahead and follow it and see if I'm right, 86.59. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. Anything to add, Victor?
No, no, just like with the euro, that's one of the things I was amazed at when we first started. I first started working with you back last year. Just how you were watching price, how you were reading price, and it was really organic. It was really nice to watch. And then when I started trading the setups that you showed me and how I kept to the rules, yeah, these setups just really started to appear, and they're very high probability setups, and I couldn't. Whereas before I'd have 6, 7, 8 losers, and I'd go and swap, and I'd change my system, and I'd go and read some more information, learn something else, and trade it. But just sticking to the same setups and the same trade plan, and then gradually learning that over time it was so powerful, Vance. It was really good.
All right, well, thank you. Well, hey, bottom line is this is about making money. I mean,
Yeah.
bottom line, doing it, making it all work. Let me see. I want to real quickly. I'm going to go back to the screen, and I want to bring that page up again. Again, guys, if you don't get in on this tomorrow, you might have to wait 4 or 6 weeks to get in on it. Probably third week in July, I'm thinking. All you do is go to forexartofwar.com. You don't even have to sign up. Just talk to us and find out more. Like I said, I'm gonna explain what you need to do to succeed, whether you sign up or not. The thing that I think makes the trading so valuable is that it saves you time. I mean, you can watch all my videos, almost all my information is out there, but are you starting the fib in the right place? You might draw the fib for 3 months and not even know if you're doing it right. Best case scenario, you lack confidence doing it. Worst case scenario, you do it wrong for 6 months. So you can do it on your own, absolutely. It's just I can save you a lot of time because we look at it and go, hey, you know what? You need to choke up on the bat. The ball keeps flying off into the bleachers. Choke up on the bat. Like boom! Oh, that worked. Now you could have just kept holding the bat in the same position for another year if you wanted to. But that's the value of it. So just sign up there, and you know what? I just love talk. Like to go for walks. I mean, some of you guys live around the world, and I can't walk and talk on Skype around my block. But I'll walk around my house, but I love to walk and have a talk with people. I really enjoy that, and it gives me some exercise. So register, and also remember when you register, you get my book, Seize the High Ground, and I'll actually click on that real quick. I don't think there's a big picture of that there. Did I click? I think it's slow because of the feed. Anyway, we're going on a little longer today because this is our first time on video and chatting with Victor, and that thing is going really slow. So let's just forget that. Anyway, click on that and register, and remember to leave me some information. So back to my image. This is I haven't done this for a long time. See if Victor has any parting words for you, and then I'll wrap up.
Yeah, look, I think the idea is probably just to talk to Vance and talk to myself if you can, and really open, really honest with asking questions. And if you do sign up and you get in the program, you'll really see what it's all about. It's a really supportive community. You really get shown what you need to see, and you really get helped along the way. So I think I'm just really glad I did. I just wish I'd done it 3 years earlier.
All right, thanks for that, Victor.
All right, mate.
So for for our current members in our program, if you have a question, always email me. Me and Victor also follow absolutely every trader in the program. Everything you write, everything you do, and probably it's a good thing to end on. One of the reasons why this works so well is because we're actually one of the only training programs in the world. Wow, that sounds like a big claim. The only training program, one of the only training programs in the world. How can you say that, Vance? Well, you tell me. Education is like this. You're listening to me. Training is me listening to you. We're a training program. Now, I think we have some of the best education in the world, but we're a training program. So you're not going to be sitting listening to us endlessly. We're going to be watching you, and we're going to be finding out if you need to choke up on that bat a little bit, or if you need to learn a better starting point for your FIP, or you need to modify your target levels. We're just watching you apply all the logic and saying, hey, give you a little feedback, you make a little adjustment. When you got it, boom, you move on to level 3, and we work on the trading plan. So with that, we're gonna call it a call. Victor, hey, thank you so much for being here today. Just switch the camera to you to say goodbye, and to all of our
Uh,
viewers out there, we're gonna be back in the morning. I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we're gonna tell you what price is likely to do. I can tell you that. All right,
yeah.
you guys have a great day, and thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye now.